Tonight on Eagle Angle, the Oklahoma Christian Mail Center extends its hours of operation.
A dangerous fugitive sparks a nationwide manhunt.
And another track record is broken. All this and more coming right up on Eagle Angle. Hello and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast live from the campus of Oklahoma Christian. I'm Spencer Plato.
And I'm Trinity Carpenter.
The Campus Mail Center has extended their hours as many students had requested. The center will now be open on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Staff will also be able to assist you with your outgoing mail or for your deliveries. The Mail Center also provides Amazon lockers on campus. Students are able to choose the on-campus lockers as your method of delivery. This allows students to pick up packages 7 days per week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
The Soundings Literary and Visual Arts Journal is looking for submissions for the 2022 journal. Faculty, staff, students, and alumni of Oklahoma Christian can submit their work to the journal for free. Submissions can include poetry, prose, visual arts, and photography. Cash prizes are also involved for the category winners. To submit entries, visit soundingsliterary.wordpress.com by Tuesday, February 8th.
Over spring break, students of Oklahoma Christian have the opportunity to travel and retrace the civil rights movement. Those signed up will be able to travel to Memphis, Little Rock, Jackson, Mississippi, Selma, Birmingham, Montgomery, and Tuskegee. The trip costs a total of $175, and you can sign up by emailing gary.jones@oc.edu.
COVID tests provided by ME Labs are now back on campus. Appointments are required before getting tested. The testing site is located in the Loop at the south end of the Gaylord University Center. To sign up for a testing appointment, go to portal.melabs.com/appointment.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer at z.parsons@eagles.oc.edu. And now for our national news. The hunt is on for a suspected cop killer on the run out of the Houston area who officials are warning is armed and dangerous. Also, the mayor of New York City unveils his plan to end gun violence as the city faces a violent crime wave. John Laurent has the latest.
He is a bold and incredibly dangerous fugitive. He is on the run, and somebody out there knows where he is.
A nationwide manhunt is underway for 51-year-old Oscar Rosales.
We have charged defendant Oscar Rosales with capital murder.
Houston area officials say Rosales is the man they have on video fatally shooting Harris County officer Deputy Charles Galloway in the head during a traffic stop Sunday morning.
He's armed and he's dangerous.
This is a murderer. This is a ruthless, savage execution. And somebody like this needs to be removed from the streets and removed from the streets very quickly.
In New York City, where NYPD officer Jason Rivera was shot and killed responding to a domestic disturbance call last week.
New Yorkers feel as if a sea of violence is engulfing our city. But as your mayor, I promise you, I will not let this happen.
The city's new mayor, Eric Adams, has unveiled his blueprint to end gun violence as the city faces a wave of violent crime, which includes bringing back plainclothes policing units.
We will ramp up enforcement, deploy more officers on the streets and in the subways, and get our courts at full capacity.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Tensions are escalating in Europe and Asia as both Russia and China make aggressive moves against neighboring states. The buildup of Russian troops along the Ukrainian border, coupled with concerns over attempts to destabilize the government in Kyiv, has the U.S. and NATO allies preparing to take on any further Russian aggression. Over the weekend, the State Department also recalled a non-essential professional from the embassy in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Chinese warplanes crossed into Taiwanese airspace on Sunday and Monday, unsettling the region. Chris Wynn is in Washington with the latest.
Amid mounting fears of a Russian incursion into Ukraine.
Even as we continue to prioritize diplomacy and dialogue, we must also increase readiness.
The Biden administration is considering deploying several thousand U.S. troops to Eastern Europe and the Baltics. The potential move meant to deter Russia from invading Ukraine.
The United States has taken steps to heighten the readiness of its forces at home and abroad so that they are prepared to respond to a range of contingencies, including support to the NATO response force if it is activated.
With Russia amassing troops along the Ukrainian border and British intelligence services reporting the Kremlin's possible intentions to install a pro-Russian leader in Kiev, U.S. and NATO allies are taking a firmer stance. The Kremlin called those reports hysteria.
The United States will act firmly in defense of its national interests in response to actions by Russia that harm us, our allies, our partners.
Russia sees NATO's growing support for Ukraine as a threat to its own security.
There are certain basic principles that we're not by one iota going to compromise on, including, for example, NATO's open door, the right of countries to choose with whom they'll associate.
The U.S. military also reacting to another incident overseas after dozens of Chinese warplanes crossed into Taiwan's air defense identification zone Sunday and Monday. China's aggression following a U.S.-Japan show of naval force in the Philippine Sea. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
A Detroit woman was fed up with lengthy hair appointments, so she opened her own salon. Alexandria Bahu has the story of how she's made history in the process of following her dreams.
As a woman with thick and curly hair, finding a place to get my hair done was one of the first questions I asked, in making any decision.
Time-consuming and life-dictating salon visits for Dana White left her feeling frustrated.
Why was I so willing to just give up hours? And I said, there's got to be a better way.
So in 2012, Dana moved back to Michigan and opened Paralee Boyd, a destination dedicated to quality hair care in a timely fashion.
So we're not a full-service salon. We don't cut or color. We don't put in or take out weave. But we will service the weave that you have sewn in. And it is about procedures, processes, and technique.
Driven by data, Dana said much of the work in the Midtown salon is measured and executed efficiently.
We're very deliberate about how we blow dry, how we shampoo, how we apply our treatment.
And the effort, Dana says, pays off in the form of happy customers.
We had women call us from their driveway. I can't believe I'm home and I got to you guys at 12:40 something and I'm home at 2:15.
It's a gift she's excited to give as she honors her late grandmother, who she named the salon after.
People from all walks of life would come and talk to my grandmother, sit in her kitchen, sit in her dining room, sit in her living room, and talk to her about whatever was going on with them. And they always left feeling better. I wanted people, my customers, to feel how our guests in her home felt, how they felt leaving.
It's a feeling that Dana says should be experienced everywhere, and so recently she became the first African-American woman to franchise a national hair salon.
I just really wanted to see what this salon could do in larger markets. We've got over 80 inquiries. That's the vision, just to give it to the world, and hopefully women with thick and curly hair will no longer make life choices inhibited.
Last Saturday, an intense wildfire in Central California burned thousands of acres of land, forcing California residents to evacuate their homes. Many residents of Central California are left shocked and surprised at the force of the fire. Ariana Jasso has the story.
Size so close to the coast is of great concern. This just needs to get everybody's attention that there is no longer a fire season. We have fires all year round now in California. When the fire was first reported, it was very dark, very difficult to access terrain, very steep. So it was really more about structure protection.
Crews are attacking the fire from the air and on the ground with mutual aid strike teams, 2 helicopters, and 2 air tankers. Aerial fire retardant, water from the Pacific, and easing winds gave firefighters a strong upper hand on Saturday. CAL FIRE emphasizes that a fire this size in January and conditions this dry is concerning.
So we're talking the grasses, the twigs, the ground litter, that is all very dry, and then you put some fire or put some wind behind that, and that just really got the fire moving.
Evacuations remain in place along Palo Colorado Road in Big Sur. Jake Davi's family, one of the many impacted, says the community was completely caught off guard.
I mean, yeah, everyone's a little shaken up. It's winter time right now, January, end of January. It's pretty crazy to see a fire like this.
Red Cross has a temporary shelter at Carmel Middle School. Volunteers say they're ready to welcome anyone who needs a place to stay.
That's all for our national news. When we come back, we'll take a look at our Eagle Angle weather report.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and...
I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm Hannah Warner here with your Eagle Angle weather report. Temperatures right now are at 34 degrees, just 2 degrees above freezing, and we're expected to get some snow later today, raising from 80% to 90%. It's cloudy outside and temperatures feels like just around 34 degrees, so wear your coat. And now let's look at across the state. We have temperatures ranging from 50 degrees in Durant all the way to 35 in Oklahoma City. And we have another range of temperatures from maybe high to the 40s in Guymon. So we're equally represented across the board. But get ready for those temperatures to drop tonight. And this is what our temperatures look like tonight. So get ready for it to get even chillier than now at 26 degrees with winds from the west at 2 miles per hour. So low winds, so maybe we'll get some good snowflakes outside. And humidity at 33%. So dry air and maybe some snow, as I said before. And finally, here is our weekend. Friday is going to be sunny, take advantage of those clouds. And Saturday, sunny, and Sunday, expect even more sun, but still chillier temperatures. Now let's look at our 5-day forecast. Expect Friday through Monday to increase in temperature. Our highs are going to range even up to 65 degrees on Saturday and lower a bit back down to Monday on 60 degrees. 46 is going to be our coldest day today at 46 degrees, but expect the lows to still remain in the 20s until Saturday and Sunday, where it starts to raise up from the mid-30s to the 40s. And that's all for the Eagle Angle Weather Report. After the break, Tavares Parker will be here to bring you the latest in the Entertainment Corner.
Nobody likes an awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
I'm Tavares Parker, and welcome to the Entertainment Corner. Sunday night during ABC's weekly game show, The Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak apologized on air for not knowing who Benedict Cumberbatch is after trying to get Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star Tatiana Ali to explain who Cumberbatch is. Sajak apologized, saying, "My apologies, Mr. Cumberbatch, but I spend a lot of time in my basement. I have no idea what's going on." Later that night, Wheel of Fortune Twitter account tweeted, "Our apologies, Benedict Cumberbatch," with a laughing, crying emoji. More in-game show news. The current Jeopardy champion, Amy Schneider, has won her 39th game of Jeopardy. Schneider's 39th win puts her in number 2 spot on the consecutive wins list for Jeopardy. The current host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings, holds the top spot with 74 wins. Schneider told CNN in a statement that it still feels unreal knowing that she has this chance. In streaming news, Amazon Prime is set to release its newest animated series, The Legend of Vox Machina, on Friday, January 28th. The series is based on the popular Dungeons & Dragons in series Critical Role. The legend of Vox Machina will take place before Critical Role's first campaign and follow the chaotic adventuring party Vox Machina. Disney's latest animated movie fell out of the box office top 10 weeks ago, but its soundtrack is climbing the charts. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
No clouds for the Encanto soundtrack, which has returned to the top spot on the Billboard 200 album chart. The song We Don't Talk About Bruno has risen to number 4 on Billboard's Hot 100, the highest ranking for a song from a Disney animated film in more than 25 years.
Today will always hold a special place in my heart.
Kirsten Dunst is headed into the future. The SAG Award nominee for The Power of the Dog is set to star in writer-director Alex Garland's Civil War, described as an action epic set in a near-future America. No word on further plot details or a filming start date.
My true love has never stopped growing in my soul.
From the day it was born there.
From the day it was born.
There.
There.
Here's your first look at the famous balcony scene in Cyrano with Peter Dinklage, Kelvin Harrison Jr., and Haley Bennett. The latest film adaptation of Edmond Rostand's legendary play arrives in theaters February 25th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
My love for you is so powerful.
That's all for today's Entertainment Corner. Here's Trinity Carpenter, who has your Eagle Angle Sports Report.
Thanks, Tavares. This past weekend, Oklahoma Christian's track team traveled to Norman to compete in Oklahoma's J.D. Martin Invitational. The women had a good weekend of placing in many events. Asia Robinson lowers her own school record after winning her preliminary heat of the 60-meter dash with a time of 7.68. She beat her own record by just half of a second, placing third. Not only did the women have a good weekend, but the men as well had placing events. Cheney Martin competed in 4 events as well as finishing third in pole vault. The track team travels to Topeka, Kansas this upcoming weekend to compete in the Washburn Open. Just recently, Oklahoma Christian's women's bowling team finished 3rd out of 20 in Southwest Intercollegiate Bowling with Circuit 6 tournament. Oklahoma Christian finished the 7-team game with a total of 6,697 pins, just traveling with Wichita State and Newman, Kansas. Liberty Pierce helped lead the Eagles with a score of 1,215, finishing 16th out of the 53. Now for the upcoming Eagles sports schedule. Both men and women's basketball will be hosting Arkansas Fort Smith Thursday, January 28th. The women will be playing at 5:30 and the men play at 7:30. T-shirts will be given away along with free food and prizes. Track will be competing in a 2-day meet this weekend at the Washburn Open in Topeka, Kansas, Friday and Saturday. And swim will be competing this weekend in Springfield, Missouri, Friday and Saturday. And that's all for your Eagles Sports Report. We'll be right back after this break for our feel-good story of the week.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
Now for some good vibes. The Northwest Disaster Search Dogs are using a school in Tacoma, Washington, slated for demolition, as a training ground for search and rescue dogs. The NDSD is a nonprofit all-volunteer specialty unit focused on providing trained dogs, handlers, and support personnel for the search and rescue. Here is Lionel Donovan with the story.
School's in session at Fawcett Elementary, but for a different set of students.
Yes.
The Northwest Disaster Search Dogs, a nonprofit group that trains canines for urban search and rescue.
A great opportunity for the dogs. We don't get opportunities like this very often to search buildings. Wait, girl.
Although the school is set to be demolished in March, the building was the perfect environment for the dogs to hone their skills in more complex environments.
The air movement in buildings can be quite challenging. So, for example, you could have someone hiding in a cupboard on this side, or how the odor is going, it's going up on the ceiling and maybe dropping on the wall. So sometimes we'll see dogs that bark on the wall on the other side just because of the odor picture. So it gives the opportunity for the dogs to really learn to work through those more challenging odor pictures.
Yes, nice job, buddy.
Now, this all might be fun and games for the dogs, but they play a vital role in saving lives.
Yay! Nice work, little one. You got him. So they can go places where it's really not safe for people to go, and then they can locate an individual, and then we know if we need to put resources in that area. So they can be a huge asset because they can do things that no other resource can. Good girl. Nice work.
Which is all part of helping these dogs live up to the title of man's best friend.
Let's get to work.
Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.
That's all for tonight's show. We'll be back here next week to bring you the latest.
Thanks for tuning in to Eagle Angle, where it's your campus,
your news. Good night.
I prefer the staff meeting.